Welcome to this week's Kabbalah Shabbos with Nefesh Shimshon. We're going through the system how Shimshon compares the Beis Hamikdash to our Holy Shabbos. And let's have a look at one very important thing which will happen in Beis Hamikdash in Yerushalaim. This is the Ketores. The good sense, the good smell of the Ketores, of the Mizbeach HaPnimi, the Mizbeach of the gold Mizbeach. That the Chazal tell us that because of that good smell, there was sense there was in the Beis Hamikdash. The Gemara says, "Noshim shibi richoy, einam tzrichim lisbasim mereach haktoris," all the way down to Yericho. Everyone knows a bit where Yericho is. It's not just around the corner. It's a bit far away from Yerushalaim. The woman from Yericho didn't have to put on besamim, didn't have to put on perfume or any good smell. Because for all the way to Yerushalaim, everyone smelled. Everyone could sense the good smell of the Beis Hamikdash. And Kalos of Yerushalaim and the Kalos in Yerushalaim, they didn't have to have a besamim for the day for the Chasana. And we know from Chazal and when Oile Regel, but the 3 Yom Tovim, Yerushalaim was a business booming city. There was a lot of business going on, a lot of commotion. People came, people had to buy food, people had to buy the animals, people had to need a place to stay. And throughout the whole shop, all the shops were available in Yerushalaim. There was one shop not. You couldn't find one shop in Yerushalaim. There was Reach HaBesamim, a shop of besamim, a shop of perfumes. If anyone wants to open you and ask you if you want to open a ritual shop in Yerushalaim, tell them it's not worth it. Once Yerushalaim comes, Beis Hamikdash comes, we don't need anything good smelling. No air purifier is needed in Yerushalaim because of the riach of the Ketores. So what is this riach Ketores, the good smell we have on our Shabbos, which is compared to the Ketores? You could have said, come into any Jewish house on Shabbos. You smell the cholent, you smell the good scent of the cholent, the good Shabbos food. Isn't that the good sense we have over Shabbos? Well, you could say that. And Rav Shimshon brings an amazing story, a fascinating story, how there was a lady, an elderly lady. She was taken away when she was a small kid from her home in Poland during the war, and she had to hide, and she didn't really know if she was Jewish or not, a lot about Judaism. And one day she walked into a hotel where they kept Shabbos, the hotel they were hosting some bar mitzvah. And when she came into the hotel Shabbos day, she smelled the cholent. She smelled the scent of the cholent. She had a flashback and all her memories came back up. The memories how she was taken away on Shabbos Kodesh when the German soldiers came and dragged her out of her house. The last thing of her memory of her childhood, Jewish childhood, was the smell of the cholent. And that brought her all back. And she searched for a root, and she searched for Yiddishkeit, and she came back to Yiddishkeit. Oh, that's it's a beautiful story when you want to talk more about cholent. But you can't, Shimshon says, I don't think that's the smell. That's really the comparison to Ketores. What is this good smell, the good sense of Shabbos? And Shimshon wants us to suggest that that's a shalom bias. The shalom bias we have a home we should have a home on Shabbos, and is compared to the Ketores. Everyone should work to bring in that Ketores on Shabbos, to bring in this good harmony, to bring in this harmonious environment and atmosphere on Shabbos, because that's the Ketores. The Gemara tells the Chazal tell us that on Shabbos, even though throughout the week you're allowed to be a bit angry if something happens, we have to get angry to rectify something went wrong, but not on Shabbos. Shabbos is not the day to be angry. Shabbos is not the day to start an argument. Even though many people come to Rabbanim and tell them that throughout the week I'm at work, my wife is at work, I don't see my kids. A Shabbos table, when we all together, we start fighting, we start arguing, everything comes up. But that's because people are off from work and off from everything and off from all the daily activities. They stop fighting on Shabbos. But Shabbos is not the day here to fight. Shabbos is the day for harmony. Shabbos is the day to have a good atmosphere at home. The Ketores Remember that the Ketores are people that have a good Shalom Bayis. You can smell it all the way to Yericho. People that have good Shalom Bayis, everyone can benefit from them. For sure, the children benefit from it, the family benefit, yourself benefit from it, and especially on Shabbos. That's the day, and there's a lot of halachas which even before Shabbos you have to be careful. We mentioned the Gemara of Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Meir that made sure that this couple shouldn't fight on Friday before Shabbos. It's starting before Shabbos, but for sure on Shabbos it's time to get the Ketores burning, to get the Ketores to get all the way up. And we know that the Ketores was one of the most loved aspect of Beis Mikdash, of the avodah for Hakadosh Baruch Hu. That's the same as the Shalom Bayis. And people say people say the Shabbat Shalom is a more modernized or Israeli version of saying Good Shabbos, but it's not true. We find that when we visit a Eloheinu Achoila on Shabbos, that we tell him Shabbos Shalom and Mavayich, that the Shalom of Shabbos should come and bless him. So the Shabbos Shalom, the peace of Shabbos, is found in the Gemara as well, in our Gemara as well. And this is the importance of Shabbos. This is to be compared Shabbos to Ketores. Have a wonderful Shabbos.